Hello guys, welcome back. In this video, let us see and learn how to provide connectivity between different VPCs present in different regions. Let's say I have 4 VPCs present in North Virginia region and they are connected privately to allow the traffic between them using transient gateway. And I also have one more VPC in Origina region, and that also allows the traffic through the transient gateway. Now I have a need to provide the traffic from one of the VPC of this region, that is North Virginia region, to this region. Then is it possible to provide connectivity between regions VPCs, that is between different region VPCs? Can I able to provide private connectivity in AWS? Yes, you can able to provide a private connectivity between different region VPCs through transient gateway related pairing connection. You can directly provide the pairing connection between these two transient gateways. Then through that path, you can able to, through that pairing connection, you can able to connect to this VPC from any one of the VPC here. Now in this lab, we will focus on creating this pairing connection, and even I will tell you how to restrict the traffic coming from other VPCs to this transient gateway. Let's say these all VPCs are already connected to this transient gateway. I will show you how to restrict the traffic coming from specific VPC to the transient gateway. So let's open our lab. You can see I have logged into my AWS management console. Now I want to show you my servers, that is my EC2 servers, where in each and every VPC I created one server. In VPC A, B, C, D, I created one server, one server, and in VPC E as well I created one server. You can see here only 1, 2, 3, 4 servers are visible in this North Virginia region. If I open this horizon region, then you can see one more server available here. So wait a second. Yeah, you can see one more server, that is a VPCE related server. So that's why I named this server name like this. Now I'm copying this VPCE related server IP address, private IP address. You note this, it's a private IP address. That is a 10.4.0.10. Now I want to check, can I able to connect to this VPCE server from VPCA? If there is a connectivity, private connectivity, then I obviously can able to connect to this VPCE. If there is any connectivity between those two VPCs, that is my VPC E and VPC A, then we can able to get the connectivity, even though they are present in different regions. Now I'm connecting to VPC A through this sessions manager. Now I want to ping that VPC E server. to check whether there is a connectivity present in between VPCA server and VPC server. So I'm pinging and pasting the IP address of that VPC E server. So from VPCA, I pinged this VPC E server. I'm clicking on Control C. You can see 6 packets are already transmitted, but 0 were received. That means there is no connectivity between my VPC server A and VPC server E. Now I want to provide connectivity between them, even though they are present in different regions. And one more important point that I want to specify here is, so whatever the servers present in this region, that is North Virginia region, I've already told you there is a private connectivity between them through transit gateway I've already created. So I want to check that connectivity. So how can I able to check that connectivity? By using their IP address, right? Yeah. I'm considering the private IP address of VPC-B and check the connectivity between them. You can see this private IP address of VPC-B starts with 10.1.0.10, whereas VPC-C starts with 10.0.2.10. Whereas this VPC-D IP private IP address is 10.3.0.10. From VPCA, I want to check the connectivity to all these servers. Since I have private connectivity, right? With these VPCs through transit gateway, I want to check whether I can able to ping those servers or not. Now I'm just connecting to first one, that is a VPC-B server. So that their IP address is this. The VPC-B server IP address I have provided, and now I'm pinging it. You can see I am getting the response. That means from VPC server A to VPC server B, there is a connectivity. Now I want to check VPC server C connectivity from VPC server A. You can say I'm getting the response. That means there is a connectivity between VPC server C and A is there. Connectivity is there. So that's why I'm getting the response. I want to check the connectivity between VPC A and VPC D related servers. So that's why I'm pinging again this VPC D related server. If you observe, then you can see we are getting the responses. I'm clicking on Control C. So since there is a connectivity between my VPC A and VPC B, whenever I'm pinging a server from, I'm pinging VPC B server from VPC A server, I got the response. Since there is a connectivity between VPC A and VPC C server, if I ping that VPC C server from VPC A server, you can say I got the response. And similarly, I also have the connectivity to my VPC D server from VPC A server through transit gateway. So that's why whenever I'm pinging with private IP address from VPC A server, I'm getting the response from my VPC D server, right? Yeah. Now I want to show you that connectivity as well. I'm opening the VPC. In the VPC, we have transit gateway option. There, I want to show you that connectivity. You can see where is the transit gateway. So here you can check the transit gateway option is there. I'm just clicking on it to check transit gateway is there or not. You can see this is the transit gateway that is already there. In transit gateway attachment, you can see the attached VPCs to this transit gateway. You can see A, B, C, D. So all A, B, C, D VPCs are already attached to this transit gateway. which are present in this North Virginia region. So that's why we can able to provide intercommunication between those servers by using a private network. Now what I'm expecting, I am expecting to connect to another region, that is Oceania Horizon region server. So in order to provide connectivity from different region servers, we need to provide connectivity between their VPCs, different region VPCs. How can I able to provide connectivity between different region VPCs, sir? You can able to provide connectivity between different region VPCs through Transit Gateway. You can see in both regions I have Transit Gateway. Now I'm selecting that Transit Gateway and I'm expecting to create or associate one path. Through pairing connection, I want to create a path here. You can see currently I have only 4 connections, 4 attachments to this North Virginia region Transit Gateway. Now I'm again creating one more attachment by clicking create Transit Gateway attachment. Here I am providing, since this is a VPC E related connection, I provided like this. And we need to select the transit gateway, that is this. Through this transit gateway, this primary transit gateway present in North Virginia region, where in North Virginia region I have this primary transit gateway. So from here to where I want to connect, I want to create a pairing connection from here to Origina region transit gateway. So I selected the pairing connection and I'm selecting the region. So in which region my VPC is there, in Origina. So that's why I'm selecting this region. Now here we need to paste the transit gateway for that region. Whatever the transit gateway present in that region, we need to provide that particular transit gateway related ID here. So I'm opening this Origina region VPC in another page, another tab. You can see this is the Origina region. I'm moving. I want to check the transit gateway for this. You can see this is the Origina region transit gateway, that is a remote gateway, and that remote gateway ID I am copying. Now I'm using that ID here in this transit gateway creation of my North Virginia region. Through pairing connection, I have provided that as the acceptor. So who is connecting now? This transit gateway, that is primary gateway, now connecting with a remote gateway where both are present in different regions. And here I provided the remote gateway related ID. So here I provided the transit gateway, that is primary gateway ID. And since I'm going to create the connectivity between them, now I'm initiating the association request from here by just clicking on create transit gateway attachment. So whenever I click on it, a initiation request will be sent. You can see a initiating request will be sent to our VPCE related server, to our VPCE related transient gateway. So from here, from this primary transient gateway, which is present in North Virginia region, a initiation request will be sent to the transient gateway which is present in Orzinia region. You can see that in the gateway attachments. You can see pending acceptance option is clearly visible here, right? Yeah. So this is the pending acceptance of our remote transient gateway, where the remote transient gateway is present in origin region. Now I want to accept this request. That is what we did is from this transient gateway. This is the North Virginia region. From this transient gateway, I simply created a pairing connection path to this transient gateway by providing this transient gateway ID while creating a pairing connection in this. Then I created a pairing connection between them from here. So whenever I created a pairing connection here, a initiation request will be sent to this transient gateway. Here also we need to accept that request. Then only a pairing connection will be created or established between them. Now I want to accept that request from here. So that's why I opened this Origina region related request, that is pending acceptance request that came. And under actions, I have an option to accept the transient gateway attachment that I am clicking to accept that. Here you can see it is pending. Within a few seconds to minutes, it will got accepted. Since I clicked on accept, so it is accepting the request. Now you can see this is available. From pending to it reaches to available state. So whenever you clicked on accept from this origin region, it now reaches to pending state, then it will reaches to the available state. So if you move back to North Virginia region, where from where you initiated the request, previously the status is initiating request. Now it changes to pending. If you reload it, then here also you can see it is in, yeah, you can see now here also it is in available state, right? Yeah, it is now present in available state. So our pairing connection that we created from North Virginia region from our primary transit gateway to this horizon region transit gateway, that is a remote transit gateway, was successfully created, right? Yeah. Now we need to allow the traffic in the route tables as well in our transit gateway. Not just creating our attachments are sufficient. We also need to allow the traffic in the route table. You can see I'm opening my route table, and let us see the associations. So let us see the associations. You can see in North Virginia region, we have only these associations. So with this primary route table, I have only these associations. These associations are related to my VPCA, VPCB, VPCC related associations. Now, what I am expecting is, I am expecting to associate that pairing connection as well to this primary route table as well as the remote route table. That is, so whatever the pairing connection that we provided, that we need to associate in the route table as well. Now I'm clicking on create association, so that here we entered into the option to associate. You can see this is the VPCE related transit gateway attachment. Now I'm associating that to this route table. So in North Virginia, we associated whatever the pairing connection that we created in the route table successfully. We also need to associate the pairing connection to the route table present in our Virginia region as well. So that's why I'm opening again here transit gateway route tables, and I selecting the available route table, and I'm associating that primary. This is the pairing connection that we created previously that I'm associating here as well. You can see, yeah, that is also updated here. So in route table also we updated the pairing connection. So that is associating. Within a few seconds it will reach to the associated state. So now we created a pairing connection between, you can see we created a pairing connection between these two transit gateways, and we even associated that pairing connection to our route table. Then one more thing, we need to check the routes, whether the routes are allowing or not in both the transit gateways. In both transit gateway route tables, we need to check whether the routes are allowed or not. This is the North Virginia region related route table. Here I am opening the routes. If you check the routes, so it is currently allowing the traffic. It is currently allowing the traffic through this. This is the VPC A. This is VPC B server. This is VPC C server. This is VPC D server. But we also need to allow the traffic from E, right? Yeah. Through the pairing connection that we created, just now created, we need to allow the traffic from VPC server also, right? Yeah. So that's why I'm selecting on create static route. Here you can see I'm selecting create static route in order to allow that VPC related traffic to this as well. So what is the VPC related CIDR block address? That is a 10 dot. So let's move back to see that. I'm opening my VPCs in a new tab. And where my VPC is present in horizon. So that's why I'm opening this horizon region. Then here I want to check the CIDR range of that VPCE server. This is the VPCE server. This is the VPCE. And this is the CIDR range. I just copied this. Now I want to put that, I want to allow that range of IP addresses in this North Virginia related route table, transient gateway route table. So that's why I'm clicking on create a static route here, and I'm placing that route here. Then through what I'm allowing, through this VPCE related pairing connection. So that's why I'm clicking on it, and I'm creating that static routing. If you select this and see, yeah, these routes, then that route also added, that pairing route also added here. So this is the VPCE related route we added at where? Into the route table of our primary transit gateway. Now, in order to allow the traffic from, this transit gateway to here, we need to allow the traffic or we need to update the route table here as well, right? Yeah. So now I'm opening this VPCE related transit gateway route table. You can see this is the VPCE related transit gateway route table. I'm opening the routes. So currently there is no route that is allowing traffic from that transit gateway. So I'm just clicking on, I want to create a static route. So that's why I'm clicking on it. If you want to specify separately VPC A related traffic, VPC B related traffic, VPC C related traffic, VPC E related traffic to allow in it, you can specify it and allow it through the transit pairing connection that you created. Currently, since I have multiple VPCs, I'm allowing all the traffic to this. and I'm allowing through that pairing connection only. I'm just creating the route. You can see I'm getting an error that is already such type of route is there. Now we can edit that route as well. These are the available routes which are present to me. And now I want to edit this 000 route by replacing the static route. You can see I'm using this pairing connection. I'm using this pairing connection to allow the traffic from all users. Now, if you check the routes present in this route table, it is allowing the traffic from pairing connection from all users. That means from VPC A, B, C, D, E, I can able to connect to this. So not only this, in order to connect it to, we have just provided, till now we just provided the connection between this transit gateway and this transit gateway. Now you can tell me, in order to provide the connectivity between one VPC server to another VPC server, do I need to allow the traffic between the subnets of this VPC? Yes. In order to provide connectivity between one VPC and another VPC, we also need to allow the traffic between the subnets present in that VPC. Now let's open this VPC E-related subnet to allow the traffic from everywhere. Now I'm opening this VPC E-related subnets. So you can see I present in Virginia region. This is the private subnet that it has. Now I selected that and I'm opening the route table associated with this subnet. You can see that is this. I'm opening this, and here I want to allow the traffic that is coming from here. I'm allowing the traffic from where? From all servers. Here I want to allow the traffic that is coming through this transit gateway, that is VPC related transit gateway. Whatever the traffic coming, that all traffic I want to allow in this VPC. So that's what I want to configure in this route table of my VPC. Here I'm opening the routes and editing the routes. And here I want to provide the rule here. That is, I want to allow all traffic that is coming through the transit gateway. That is, this is a VPC related transit gateway. And I'm saving the changes. You can see now we are allowing the traffic from all VPC servers through this VPC related transit gateway to this VPC E subnet. Then we can even accept that through VPC. Now let's move back to our North Virginia region. Where is this? Yeah. In North Virginia region as well, we need to allow the traffic, right? Yeah. In order to get the responses, in order to accept the responses that are sent from our VPC E, we need to allow the traffic at this level as well, at here also. So that's why I'm opening the subnets related route tables. Now I'm selecting the subnet and that related route table I'm opening. You can see the available route tables. VPC A, B, C, D related route tables are there. Now I'm opening each and every route table, and I need to allow the traffic that is coming from our VPC E server. So that's why I'm clicking on. I want to check and update that route. So then only the servers that are present in these VPCs, they can able to get the data from VPC servers. Here you can see VPC related route table it is. And here let us check whether it is allowing the traffic through that transit gateway. Now we are in VPC related route table. Here we need to allow the traffic coming from this VPC server through this transit gateway. This transit gateway is what? Primary transit gateway. So now I'm opening the route table of my VPCA and clicking on edit route. And here I want to add the route to allow the traffic which is coming from VPCE, that is VPCE related IP addresses 10.0 is VPCA related, 1 is VPCB related, 2 is VPCC related, 3 is VPCD related, 4 is VPCE related. Yeah, /16. So now I added that and I allowing through the transit gateway, that is a primary transit gateway or VPCA related transit gateway attachment. This VPCA related transit gateway attachment already created in my transit gateway, primary transit gateway. I'm saving this. Now you can see we are allowing the traffic coming from here to this subnet, to this route table. That means we are allowing the traffic to our VPCA server. Now similarly, I want to allow the traffic to all these. So that's why I'm selecting each and every route table and I'm editing the route here and adding the route in each and every route table. Through the transit gateway, I'm allowing. This is B related, so that's why I provided B related transit gateway. So in VPC B related route table also we allowed the traffic from our VPCE. Now in VPCA and VPCB we allowed the traffic from VPCE, and let's make it allowed, or let's say we need to allow the traffic from VPCE to VPCC and VPCD as well. So that's why I'm opening the VPC related route table and adding the route here as well. Through the transit gateway, I'm allowing the traffic and I'm clicking on save changes so that here as well the changes will be saved. So you can see in VPCC as well, we allow the traffic from that VPCE. Now I'm opening last one, that is a VPCD related route table. Here also I'm allowing the traffic that is coming from our VPCE related servers by just clicking on add route and providing that VPCE related CIDR block range through the transit gateway. Since I'm allowing the traffic, that's why I'm selecting the associated transit gateway for VPCD and clicking on save changes so that through VPCD related transit gateway association, it also allows the traffic from our VPCE, right? Yeah. So now we allowed the traffic at subnets level as well. So we are getting the traffic between them. We are allowed the traffic between our VPCs as well. So you can check here from these servers, these region related VPCs, we allowed the traffic from this VPC. How we allowed? First, we provided the pairing connection between these two transit gateways. Then we associated that pairing connection to this transit gateway and we accepted that request from here. And then in the route tables of these transit gateways, we allowed the traffic from here to here and here to here. Then at subnet level, we need to allow the traffic, right, in order to provide the response. At subnet level to our VPCs also, we just now allowed the traffic. Then if you have security group level restriction, then you need to allow that security group level as well, the traffic coming from these servers to here as well as from here to these servers. Now let's open and check whether our systems manager can able to connect or not. Now I'm just reloading this page so that this will open me my server A related. This is the server A related instance. I'm pinging to what my server E, right? Where that server E is present in another region VPC. And we connected them through the transit gateway pairing connection. I'm just pinging that. You can see we are getting a response now, but previously we haven't got, because previously there is a no connection between our VPC E and VPC A since they are present in different regions. But now there is a connectivity between VPC A and VPC E because we provided a pairing connection between them, private pairing connection between our transit gateways. Now we can able to accept the servers which are present in this VPC through this VPC, that is through this VPCA. We are now connected to this server present in this VPCE. Since we established the connection successfully, you can see we're getting the response. This is the VPCE related IP address, private IP address, and this instance is nothing but VPCA server instance. In this way, we can able to provide pairing connection between our transit gateways, which are even present in multiple regions. Even the transit gateways present in different accounts also. If you want to provide the connection, private connection between the VPCs of different users, different account users as well, then also you can use this transit gateway pairing connection between them. So while configuring, I think you observed that there is an option to provide connectivity among different accounts as well. Let's say I want to implement one more important task, that is restricting the connection between our VPCs. Let's say this is my VPC B, this is my VPC C, this is my VPC D. Now what I am expecting is I want to restrict the traffic coming from this VPC B, VPC C, VPC E, that is a VPC B, VPC C, and VPC D to this transit gateway. I want to allow only the traffic coming from this VPC A to this transit gateway, whereas other traffic coming from VPC B, C, D, I want to restrict them. Then is there any possibility to restrict these traffics? Yes, there is an option for us to restrict the traffic, or you can move all the traffic to the black hole. So what is black hole and how do we restrict the traffic from VPC to transit gateway, sir? So don't worry, I'll show you. This is present in North Virginia, right? Yeah. Now we will restrict the traffic. You can see we currently under North Virginia region. Now in order to restrict the traffic, we have, yeah, let's open this transit gateway. Yeah, this is my transit gateway, and these are the routes. These are the route table related routes that we allow to this transit gateway. Those are visible under the routes of our transit gateway. Now I want to change that. Or you can say simply create some routes as well. You wish you can simply change the available routes or you can modify the route. Let's say I want to add one route in order to stop the traffic which is coming from my VPCC. So what is VPCC? This is the VPCC, right? Yeah. So let's say I want to block only some IP addresses related traffic. So that's why I'm clicking on create a static route. And here I'm providing VPCC related CIDR block range. Let's say I want to block only 2 power 32 minus 24 IP addresses which are starting from this CIDR block, that is which are starting from this IP address. I want to block only 2 power 32 minus 24 IP addresses to this transit gateway. I want to stop or block those many IP addresses traffic to this transit gateway. So I'm just clicking on type is black hole. If you specify the type as black hole, then it will drop all the requests which are coming in this CIDR block range. Now I'm just clicking on create static route, so that if you see the routes, now that route is created, right? Where is that? Yeah, let's say reload it so that we can able to see that route. Yeah, you can see that route got created. So which type of route it is? It's a black hole related route. Now let's move back to our server A connectivity and let's check whether we can able to connect to our server C or not. By using the ping connection, let's see whether we can able to connect to our server C. So that starts with the 10.2, right? Yeah. Now you can see we are not getting the response. So previously we got the response, but why now we are unable to connect? Because we are routing the traffic. We are routing the traffic coming to this server or coming to this VPC into black hole by just providing that route here. By just providing that route here, we're just routing the traffic to a black hole. So in this way, you can able to restrict the traffic as well. Now let's say I want to block the traffic that is coming from VPC B and VPC D as well. So simple, in the similar way, however you do that, like that you can able to do, or by simply selecting the available VPCs. This is the B related IP address, and clicking on action, you can even replace the static route, or else you can add a new route as well, new static route as well. Since I want to block the traffic from VPC B, I provided 10.1.0.0/16 so that from all IP addresses, I'm blocking the traffic to this black hole. So that all the traffic coming to this will reach us to that black hole and we won't got the response back again. Now I'm just reloading this page. Now if you observe, then here also from 10.1, think it's not updated. Yeah, now it's updated. You can see from 10.1.0/16, now all the traffic will reach to where? To the black hole. So now we updated our VPC B related traffic and VPC C related traffic, and VPC D related traffic also we can able to update by just selecting this, and under the actions you have an option to replace, or else you just click on create a static route, so that from VPC D, that is a 10 dot A means 0, B means 1, C means 2, D means 3. So 3.0.0/16. And you can move the traffic to the black hole. And so let's check whether before moving our traffic to black hole of the C, let's check our server A can able to connect to that VPC D or not. Now I'm providing 4. Currently we are getting the response, right? Now I'm just clicking on Control C, and now I'm routing the traffic to the black hole, to this 10.3. Since we are checking 10.3, let's verify we can get the response from 10.3 itself. Yeah. So this is the server present in our VPC D. Yeah, you can see from VPC A, I can able to connect to this VPC D related server now. So let's block it. You can see I'm blocking this VPC D related traffic by just clicking on create this static route. you can select this and you can reload the routes so that that route will be updated here. Yeah, it might take a few seconds to update that route as well. Yeah, you can see from here, whatever the traffic that is coming, that is moved to this black hole. That is moved to this black hole. Now let's move back to our server and let's check whether we can now able to connect to that instance or not. You can see I'm providing the same IP address and just clicking on enter. Now you can observe we are not getting the response. I'm just clicking on Control C. Even though 6 packets are transmitted, we haven't received even a single packet. That means we are successfully restricting the traffic that is coming from our VPC related server to this transit gateway. So that's why this VPCA server cannot able to get the response from VPCD. So in this way, we can able to restrict the traffic from particular VPC. We can able to restrict the traffic from particular VPCs to our transit gateway as well. So here in this lab, you have learned two more important concepts, that is providing a pairing connection between transit gateways in order to provide connectivity, private connectivity between different region VPCs. And you have also learned how to restrict the traffic coming from specific VPC to your transit gateway, to this transit gateway by just making the routes to move towards the black hole. We just updated the transit gateway related route table. We just replaced the static route to black hole route. So that's why whatever the traffic coming from these servers will just move to that black hole, and it is not getting the response to this transit gateway, and it is not providing the response back to the server from where we are requesting. So in this way, you can able to provide the connectivity between different region VPCs, and you can able to even restrict the traffic coming from specific VPC to this transit gateway. I hope you understood this video and you got these two hands-on knowledge and where you can able to use them in real time to achieve your tasks. Thanks for watching again. See you back in the next video with another interesting topic. Until then, bye bye guys.